5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Thank you. I hope I didn't go overboard with that intro. Anyway, Leonardo Officina Italiana was forged in a laboratory where heritage and craftsmanship combined to give life to the pleasure of writing. With over 45 years of experience, the art of creating and manufacturing innovative, fine writing instruments has now been handed down from father to son. This is Ciro Matrone. He passed down his knowledge and craftsmanship to Salva Matrone. We are here to see in depth a sample of their latest and most interesting creation of 2022, the Leonardo Officina Italiana Supernova. In true Pen Venture style, I'm going to show you the fountain pens. I'm going to tell you a little bit of things regarding the details behind them. I'm going to show you how they look side by side other Leonardo Officina creations. I'm going to show you a writing sample with the gorgeous gold nib, and in the end I'm going to conclude everything in some personal opinions, and we are going to end the video. I don't know, it's baffling to see how much they improved in the last period of time, and how they are creating and renewing their creations every single time, and they nailed it this time. Very, very good with the Leonardo Supernova. Well, looking back, I could totally say that Leonardo Officina Italiana is just like SpaceX, and Salvatore is Elon Musk, because we've seen some very, very awesome fountain pens from them, and they just come one after the other. And everything started with one of the most interesting collaborations ever. I couldn't pre-seen this in the past, and he joined up with Jonathon Brooks, who is a painter, an artist, a Van Gogh to say so, of our era of fountain pens, and he is the person behind primary manipulation. It's a resin material used for making fountain pens, and it consists of a number of colors that don't mix. They are put together to form something unique, and you already know where I'm going with this. I'm going to show you the first fountain pen that they did together, and is this beauty right here. It's a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in primary manipulation 1. And this is the first one. It was available in two versions, Stromboli and Vesuvio. Two different color schemes. One was more prone to orange, and the other one more prone to green and blue and cold colors. The second edition was done in primary manipulation 4, and this is my personal fountain pen, this amazing Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in this amazing resin from Jonathon Brooks. And we've seen some improvements in regards of the trim, the shape, and also the colors. The primary manipulation 4 was available in two different colors, the Golden Rule and the 4. And it adds a lot of interesting features to this color. It's more chatoyant, more interesting and sparkly. The next edition numbered again two fountain pens. One is in black mother of pearl, and the second one was warm tones. And now they did something awesome. Supernova. It's a more minimalistic fountain pen, and it's available in 4 different trim colors. Ruthenium. The fountain pen shape is different now. It's a flat ends fountain pen, no pointy ends, less trim, no step down or up from the barrel to the cap. Everything gets flushed, and it is different. The rose gold as well, which is a striking beauty, and I'm going to put them side by side so you can clearly see how different and random are the colors of this collection. Then we have gold, and oh boy, this gold trim fountain pen looks insane. Look at that orange, look at that green, a dash of red, and I almost showed you too much, because I'm going to try to explain some of the details of this unique model apart from the others from Leonardo in a few moments. And this is the rhodium plating, and this is silver colored trims. Again, a striking beauty, and we are so fortunate to have this set of fountain pens on loan from Leonardo Officina Italiana. We're going to send them back soon after getting this video review done. Let me show you some of the aspects and details of the Ruthenium version, because we are going to focus our review on this version. This is my favorite. I love black color trims for the fountain pens. I want to move briefly through the details because I don't want to take so much of your time, and I'm going to use my Momento Zero Grande PM4 as a reference. So this shape is very well known and synonymous with everything that's grande, and since the Supernova is based on a grande, it's lacking some features, which I'm going to point them out right now. Let's start with the finial. So we're missing the pointy ends, and we are dealing with a flat fountain pen. The clip is the same clip like on the PM4 Momento Zero Grande, and the cap is relative the same in regards of length. In regards of the trims that are present right here, we have a different configuration from the Momento Zero Grande. We have a much more larger cap ring in between two smaller rings. If on the Grande we had a flushing down, or this element right here, which brought the dimensions of the cap down to the barrel, on the Supernova we have the same barrel diameter to the cap, and everything is flushed, and there is no ring right here. We have a screw cap, and we have one complete turn, and we uncap the fountain pen. Pretty much this is the nib that's present on the Supernova, the 14-karat gold nib from Leonardo Officina Italiana. In this case, the nib is colored just like the trims of the fountain pen, ruthenium black, and I think it looks gorgeous. Leonardo Officina Italiana stamped the logo of Leonardo, the two wings, 14 karat, 585, and this is a broad because I was lacking a few broads in my collection, and probably this is what I will get in my personal fountain pen collection, a fountain pen like this in broad. If we turn everything like so, we have an ebonite feeder, and this offers such a rich and consistent ink flow to this broad nib, and I'm going to show you just that in the writing sample. Now let's uncap the PM4, and we do have significant differences in between these two models. First of all, we have a different section. We have no ring right here. That's going to mark the beginning of the section, a completely different shape for the section. We have a much more chunky section, and I did measure the diameter of these two sections. So for the Grande right here we have 10 millimeters, and at the thickest part right here we have 12 millimeters, slimmer here, girthier here, and a transition part. And in regards of the Supernova, we have a hourglass section, and the diameter of the Supernova in the middle is 12 millimeters. We are dealing with a fountain pen that's a little bit more chunky. It's only about a few millimeters, but those few millimeters feel like it's a complete different fountain pen. Cap threads right here, and big surprise, the ink window. Yes, you've guessed it, Leonardo finally put an ink window on a Grande, and it looks so sublime. It's not visible when the fountain pen is capped, it's hidden away, but when we uncap the fountain pen, we can clearly see there is ink in this fountain pen because I've inked it up for review. I love it. I love this feature a lot. We have a major step up, and due to the fact that everything is flushed away, this step up is not that subtle. It's just straight and step up. I know what you may think right now. Does this ridge right here makes my hand feel uncomfortable when I grip the fountain pen? Well, I will have to disagree with you if you think like so, because Leonardo did something very genius. They moved the nib a little bit out, so it's like 3 millimeters, and the actual length of this part right here makes the angle of holding this fountain pen much more higher, and now you cannot possibly rotate with the fountain pen like so, for example. You are helped by the fact that the nib is so much out to grip the fountain pen by the section and still feel that's comfortable, and there's a lot of distance in between the fingers and this step up right here. So that's a genius move. The barrel is flushing in, and from this point, from the thickest point right here, it comes to the end of the barrel, and it's tapering in. The beautiful colors of the PM4 shows up this fountain pen to be a splendid example of the genius that resides at Carolina Pen Company, which is run by Jonathon Brooks, and he is just like a Van Gogh. This is an amazing color and I love it. I'm gonna put the barrel of the Grande side by side the Supernova, and one can clearly see that we are dealing with less girth. The tapering in is not that abrupt like in the case of the Supernova. On the Grande it's a more slicker, subtle transition towards the end of the barrel. This fountain pen is equipped with the in-house made piston filling mechanism by Leonardo Officina Italiana. It is made out of aluminum, it's light, it's robust, and the piston, you can clearly see it in the ink window right there. Everything works so smooth. This piston is detachable with the help of the Leonardo tool, which you can actually buy from our website, and you can clean this fountain pen very easy. I would like to show you another difference in between the Grande and the Supernova. Yeah, pointy ends made out of resin and metal ends flat, and this looks, in my opinion, much better than the pointy ends. The limited edition number is stamped on this metal right here. The metal is colored like the entire trims of the fountain pen. This Supernova is part of a limited edition of 200 fountain pens for each color of a trim. Just check, no, it's 199. Why? I don't know. So we're not talking about 200, anyway, 199 per color, 4 colors. So we are dealing with a more significant limited edition from Leonardo Officina Italiana. This is not bad at all, because the price point for this beauty with the ink window is just the same like with the Grandes in the past. So we are going to have a much more interesting fountain pen at the same cost, and that's a win for me. I would say it's an instant purchase for myself, and I'm very close to pulling the trigger on at least one more trim color, gold. I'm going to show you how it looks side by side other Leonardo Officina Italiana models, so you can clearly see that there are some similarities, but in all other aspects we are dealing with a model which is fresh. Here is the Supernova next to the Furore Grande, Momento Zero Grande, Momento Magico, and Momento Zero. It's a fountain pen that sits comfortable in regards of length under the Furore Grande, also under the Momento Zero Grande, because the Momento Zero Grande it's a little bit more pointy. In regards of dimensions, we have capped like this. The Supernova measures 150 millimeters from end to end, and the Grande, if we take into consideration the pointy ends, is 153 millimeters. The story sets very different uncapped, because now the Supernova, with the addition of this ink window and the fact that the nib is protruding out a little bit more, is the longest fountain pen from the entire series of Leonardo's. We have 138 millimeters uncapped versus the Grande, which sits at 136 millimeters. The diameter of the grip for the Supernova is 12 millimeters. On the Momento Zero is only 10 millimeters. The Supernova capped like this versus the Momento Zero Grande, we have 36 grams for the Supernova and 31 grams for the Momento Zero Grande. It's a difference of only 5 grams in between these two models, and if we uncap the fountain pens, we would have the Supernova standing at 25 grams versus the Momento Zero Grande at 20 grams. This is not too much, but in regards, if you have both of these fountain pens in your hands, you would feel the difference. Now it's time to see the 14 karat Jovo broad nib in action. As you know, it's available also in extra fine, fine and medium, broad, 1.1 millimeter stub, and 2 elastic nibs, elastic extra fine and elastic fine. Now let's give it a go. And we have the pen, Leonardo Supernova, and we have the ink. I have KVZ Gummy Berry, and we have the nib, 14 karat gold, and this is a broad paper, Tomoe River paper. I don't know what it is, 52, it's the thinner one if I'm not mistaken. And now the flow. This broad nib puts down a lot of ink. Trust me, it's a juicy, wet, broad nib which I've been missing in my collection, and I need more broads ASAP. Now, normal figure of eights. This is a smooth writer, hint of a feedback, nothing unpleasant, and the broad nib is truly a broad. Anyway, it has slight variation in regards of the horizontal versus the vertical lines, and this is with more contemporary broad nibs. The tipping is shaped a little bit just like a stub, but not too much. Flex. I don't know if you would tend to flex a broad nib, because I don't know, if you are looking for flex, you can go for elastic fine or elastic extra fine and you would have line variation. But anyway, if you push a little bit on this nib, it will make the ink pool at the bottom, and you would have some line variation. Altogether not too impressive. So if you want line variation, go for elastic extra fine or elastic fine, or even go for a fine or extra fine, and there you would notice more line variation versus a broad. The famous sentence, let's see if everything works as it should. And we have the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Beautiful, beautiful. The broad nib keeps up in regards of flow, and no skippings, no hard starts, no hesitations, nothing whatsoever. Everything is tuned to perfection and everything writes, even with the own pressure of the fountain pen. Everything works splendid. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, my personal opinions regarding the Supernova, and I'm blown away. I'm speechless. I love this fountain pen. I love what Leonardo obtained with this collection. I love the way that they are doing limited editions and the way they are designing their own future based on collaborations with Jonathon Brooks, and not only him. I love the new shape, the Supernova, the deviation from the Grande. It's hitting so many checkpoints that I couldn't even go through them. I didn't have enough time in this video to go through them. Love the nibs, love the new shape. Everything works perfect. It's just like a symphony of colors. It doesn't even matter if you have any other PM Momento Zero Grandes or anything like this in your collection, because they have so many random colors. It is impossible not to find a original color which one who's watching right now wouldn't want to have it in his or her collection. I would say that my favorite is the Ruthenium version, and in regards of size and proportions, I wouldn't post this fountain pen and use it posted anyway, Be very careful when posting this fountain pen, because posting it you can actually turn the piston knob and squirt some ink. Anyway, I don't intend to use it posted. I love the new shape, I love the metal trims, the diversity of this collection is amazing. It is the first considerable larger collection of Leonardo Officina Italiana, and it's a complete success because out of the allocations that we have on the Supernova, most of them are sold out as pre-orders as we speak. We have a very limited amount of them left in our stock. If you are interested to have such a fountain pen in your favorite trim color and nib size, go down below. I will leave you a link. Go there and pick the fountain pen that you like in the configuration that you like, because we don't have them for too much time, I can guarantee you that. So happy that I was able to put together this video review for everyone. The Supernova, the big collection of this year from Leonardo, the most popular collection, is on the review table, and I'm so envious that I need to send them back and to wait. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Pen Adventure YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and if you did so, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. This will help us a lot. If you want to grow the channel, if you want to grow our community, help me, help us, and I will be more than happy to help you back with anything that you need in regards to fountain pens, accessories, paper, ink, anything. Scroll down a little bit, you'll find the details for our website, our social media accounts, phone number, email, anything and everything that you may need to get in contact with me. Share your suggestions, share any questions regarding the Supernova in the comment section down below. I will be more than happy to help you with everything. I know that some of you that are watching right now are not subscribed yet, so what better way to help our small community and to grow the Pen Adventure YouTube channel? Subscribe right now. You just click there and turn the notification bell on. And if you want to see more quality content from Pen Adventure and myself, Emmy, I'm gonna leave you this video right here. Click and enjoy. As always, it's me, your host, Amy from Pen Adventure, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.